The Sonic franchise on the big screen is still moving at full speed. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the fourth movie is now racing toward a December 22nd, 2027 release. That's a bit later than the original plan of March 19th, but honestly, the new date might work out even better. Marvel's Secret Wars is dropping just a few days earlier on December 17th, wrapping up the entire multiverse saga, and Paramount clearly wants Sonic to be the fun, high-energy alternative in that same holiday window. It's honestly wild how the Sonic universe keeps leveling up like it's speedrunning its own game. Paramount clearly figured out they've got a goldmine on their hands because instead of slowing down after the third movie, they're punching the boost button straight through the decade. If anything, it feels like they want to plant Sonic right in the middle of the Christmas rush and go head-to-head with one of the biggest movies Marvel has ever been cooking up. Secret Wars drops 5 days earlier, but honestly, Sonic's whole vibe makes it the perfect counterplay. What makes all of this even funnier is how confident Paramount has become. Locking in Sonic 4 wasn't enough for them. They went ahead and announced a brand new theatrical spin-off too. The title's not official yet, but let's be real. Everything points to a solo Shadow movie with Keanu Reeves. Paramount clearly knows what they're doing. They're building out a full Sonic universe, and Shadow is way too big of a character to stay tucked inside someone else's storyline for long. The craziest part is watching how far this franchise has come. Remember when the first movie was supposed to be just another attempt at a video game adaptation? Now look at it, 3 movies in, each one bigger than the last, and suddenly Sonic is one of Paramount's crown jewels. These films are pulling in the kind of numbers usually reserved for mega franchises, and the nostalgia hit from the Sega days didn't hurt either. What did help was Jeff Fowler basically becoming the face, voice, and pulse of the entire cinematic universe. The guy is all in, he's been directing since day one, and he said he'll keep going as long as fans keep showing up, and they're definitely showing up. The fourth Sonic is moving forward with the same creative team that shaped the trilogy, and that alone says a lot about where this franchise is heading. Paramount is staying committed to the tone that made the movies work in the first place. What's officially confirmed is pretty simple for now. Sonic 4 is in early development, and the core cast is expected to return. Everything else is deliberately being kept quiet, which usually means the team is building something bigger than a simple continuation of the third film. But Sonic 4 is aiming for a different kind of chaos. All signs point toward time travel being the next big swing, not a little time travel. Real, messy, multiverse bending, timeline jumping, what is even happening time travel. The big hint comes from Sonic CD, a game where Eggman goes after the Time Stones, artifacts that can twist time and rewrite reality. And the leaks backing this up, they're wild. Concept art surfaced showing Eggman in a completely new look. Not goofy inventor, not tech billionaire, but a full-on emperor, an actual ruler standing in a setting that looks like a fusion of ancient Aztec and Mayan architecture with high-tech machinery. And next to him, Metal Sonic, positioned like a general. It's a massive vibe shift, like we're looking at a far future timeline or some alternate history where Eggman actually won. What makes it even more intriguing is that this art was originally meant for Sonic 3 but didn't make the cut, which usually means one thing: the studio loved it too much to throw away. They held it for the next movie. And speaking of comebacks, there's the big question hovering over everything: Jim Carrey. His Robotnik supposedly died in Sonic 3, but the post-credits scene dodged that pretty hard. Fans have been dissecting every frame and every interview, especially the recent one where Carrey said he'd return if the story pulled him in. He retired for a moment back in 2022, but that didn't last. Sonic 3 brought him back, and Paramount is reportedly pushing hard to do it again. Whether he reprises the original Eggman or shows up as a variant from another timeline, Carrey is the wild card. If he comes back, the entire tone of the movie could shift. One theory that's been blowing up lately is that this Emperor Eggman isn't even Eggman at all. Some fans think it's Neo Metal Sonic, the upgraded, smarter, more strategic version introduced in Sonic Heroes. Neo Metal Sonic can copy abilities, mimic Eggman's form, and even take command of entire armies. If the fourth movie pulls the mask off in Act 3 and reveals that the Emperor was Neo Metal Sonic the whole time, that's the kind of twist that would have the entire fandom melting down. Metal Sonic is shaping up to be the villain everyone's watching, because he's one of those characters who instantly raises the stakes just by showing up. He's not some goofy side threat or a disposable robot. He's Sonic's literal mirror, built to outmatch him in speed, precision, and aggression. In the games, he's ruthless, calculating, and completely loyal to Eggman's mission, which makes him way scarier than any Monster of the Week villain. What fans love about him is that he pushes Sonic harder than almost anyone else. If the fourth movie leans into that, Metal Sonic could easily become the most intense antagonist the film series has had so far. The kind who doesn't crack jokes, doesn't hesitate, and doesn't stop until Sonic is completely out of the picture. Meanwhile, Amy is stepping into a massive new role. Sonic 3 already teased her as a leader in a bleak, alternate future. Not a side character, not comic relief, but someone directing a resistance movement. Early leaks say Paramount's testing big-name actresses depending on whether they want to push Amy in a more romantic direction or go all in on the hardened warrior angle. And honestly, either version works. Amy has been waiting forever to get the spotlight she deserves, and centering a whole timeline arc around her. That's a power move. Ben Schwartz is, of course, still the voice of Sonic. Idris Elba's returning as Knuckles, Colleen O'Shaughnessy is back as Tails, and the writers are reportedly building entire new worlds for them to sprint through. If Sonic 3 pulled from Sonic Adventure 2, then Sonic CD and Sonic Heroes seem to be the backbone for this next chapter, with bits of other time-bending stories sprinkled in. Fans are also picking up on how aggressively Paramount is expanding the Sonic brand outside the main movies. Between Knuckles getting his own series and a shadow project being quietly set up in the background, Sonic 4 might be designed as a bridge into an even larger cinematic universe. Paramount executives have already hinted they want Sonic to be one of their long-term anchors, and a fourth movie could be the turning point where the story starts branching into multiple directions at once. Nothing official confirms that just yet, but the pattern is there, and the studio is clearly gearing up for a long run. Production on Sonic 4 is expected to start in early 2026, though CGI-heavy films love to change schedules, and the box office practically guaranteed. Sonic 3 already landed among the highest-grossing video game movies ever. If the fourth film hits the way fans expect, Sonic 5 and even 6 are basically inevitable. Whatever direction the story takes, whether Sonic gets trapped in a nightmare future ruled by an emperor, or invaders from that future start attacking the present, the movie is gearing up to be something massive. A new timeline, a new Eggman, a new Metal Sonic hierarchy, Amy leading entire factions, Shadow looming in the shadows, and the possibility of Silver joining the game board. Sonic 4 is shaping up to be the next big evolution of this universe, and judging by the way this franchise moves, it's only getting faster from here.